lies, deception, misdirection, smokescreens, betrayal, matrimonial duties, all part of what goes on a week before the draft. Yo, everybody, how you doing? King Dingbat here. So today we have come with the hell is that? It's a big ass dog. Dallas still stinks. Yo, everybody doing? King Dingbat here, and we are 1 week away from the draft. 1 week away, and I cannot wait. It's going to be awesome. Now, I want to thank everybody who was with me at my live stream earlier today. I had a great time. It was a lot of fun. I thank you guys for coming, hanging out with me, talking Eagles, talking draft, talking the stinking Cowboys. I appreciate it. And if you haven't, be sure to hit the subscribe button because we are going to be streaming a lot, especially during the draft. We're streaming the draft. We're going to be in here. You may see me tear this wall down, so you don't want to miss it. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't. Now, before I get into this video, the first thing I gotta remind everybody is me and my man LB, we have a draft board. We have a draft board. It's just about finished. We're gonna get it done. We're gonna meet. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna discuss. It's gonna be great. So without further ado, hey yo LB, who you got?
Yo Philly, this is the final piece. The final piece, the final piece to this draft. And I think this guy is a gem. I absolutely think that this guy is going to be a project. I'm going to start right there. But I'm talking about Quez Watkins. The kid, I think, had the second best 40 time. I think I talked about him in a previous video. The kid is he just jumps off at the radar. Underrated athleticism, got better every year. Long ball threat, athletic. Just a guy that I believe that he's a junior. Just a guy that I believe that if we were to get him, we would be able to groom him and let him come on strong in about 2 years or something like that. Or he could he could jump off the scene right now and just do good things for us now. I think that if you're talking about speed and wanting to be able to stretch the field, this is a guy you need to look at. It's a 4th round guy, something like that. It's a little discrepancy about his height. Some people saying he's 6 feet. Some people saying he's 6'2". ESPN got him listed as 6'2", but he's worth a pick. He's worth being on this list. It's a project that I would consider, man.
I like it, OB. I like it. And you know what? We're going to get together real soon and discuss this draft board. It's going to be interesting because I know me and him have some different ideas. I think about receiver and what the Eagles should look for and go for. Maybe we do. Maybe we don't. I don't know. But it'll be interesting to bounce some things off of him. Make sure if you haven't to click the link in the description. Go sub him up. Great guy, great video maker, and somebody that I've gotten to know through YouTube that I'm glad to call my friend. Now, I gotta tell you, I haven't been able to sleep too well or think about too much else other than this whole CeeDee Lamb trade up. The Eagles want CeeDee Lamb. They're trying to trade up. First thing, as I said yesterday in my video, there is so many smoke screens, so much misdirection, so much lies, so much all that kind of stuff the week before the draft. This could be total crap, total bullcrap, total false rumor. I mean, let's think about this for a second. What if the Eagles really want CeeDee Lamb? Would they want somebody to go and leak it? I mean, I don't know. Maybe they put it out there because CeeDee Lamb isn't the guy. Maybe they say, hey, we want CeeDee Lamb. And then teams think, oh, they want to jump up and get CeeDee Lamb. We want CeeDee Lamb. We're going to have to try to trade up now. And then that team trades up and it puts in the Eagles in a position to come behind that team. You know what I mean? So, I know I'm a dingbat. I'm going crazy. But this is how much I think about this stuff. So, all right. So here's an example. The Eagles want to trade up to get CeeDee Lamb. Well, we've talked about, they probably got to get to 10 or 11, somewhere in that range, right? So now, today, there's reports saying that the Denver Broncos are desperately trying to get up to 10 so they can likely take a wide receiver. Well, are they reacting to the news about the Eagles trying to trade up and get CeeDee Lamb? Because we know that that's right where CeeDee Lamb's going to go, in my opinion, anywhere from 9 to 12. So they're trying to get to 10 because they may think that the Eagles are trying to get up to 10 or 11, right? We had the whole rumor about the Eagles trying to get to 11, so maybe they're trying to get to 10. This is how crazy it gets at the draft time, right? At draft time. But what if the Eagles put that out as a false rumor, right? And then Denver trades back with the Browns. Browns go back to 15. Now, the Browns may look to trade back again, and it may cost the Eagles less to go up and get a guy like Henry Ruggs. See how it works? It's all crazy. It's all building upon each other. It's a riddle wrapped in an enigma, wrapped in whatever. I forget what the line in JFK. But the point is, there is so much misdirection, so many lies, so much things that aren't true, and there are some things that are true. What if the Eagles, they said, look, we want to trade up. We're going to be quiet about it, but before the week before the draft, we put out the flyers. We let teams know so that, we can start making our plans to move up. Totally possible. Now, me personally, I want the Eagles to get CeeDee Lamb, Jerry Jeudy, or Henry Ruggs. I want one of the top three. I'm not picky. I'm not choosy. I'll take whichever one I can get. But if the Eagles do get CeeDee Lamb, it's very exciting for a lot of reasons. One, because he's a legitimate. I believe he would be a legitimate day one starter, a legitimate number one wide receiver, okay? And look, he may not be as dynamic or as explosive as other receivers, but he does so many other things well that he's just a good player. He, to me, is a spitting image of DeAndre Hopkins. And I said during free agency that I would traded a first-round pick to get DeAndre Hopkins. So if you could get DeAndre Hopkins' clone as a rookie, I would trade it. I would trade up. I hope they trade up. I want CeeDee Lamb. I've just been thinking about the CeeDee Lamb and Carson Wentz, that connection, that duo. And then you could throw Miles Sanders in there. I mean, all of a sudden you got explosive receiver, you got explosive running back, you got a quarterback who could throw 1,000 yards. I mean, he's got a cannon arm. Can you imagine this offense all of a sudden? It's scary. It's scary. Now, here's the interesting thing that I think people need to think about. And this is my feeling on trading up. I'll give what I have to give to get up and get CeeDee Lamb. Except I got to try to keep my 2020 second round pick. That's what I want. If I can get up to get CeeDee Lamb and keep my 2020 second round pick, I'll do it. I'll do it. So I don't know what it's going to cost. We've heard a lot of things, but I would be trying to do something like this. Maybe get to 10, maybe get to 11, 2020 first, 2021 second, 2020 third, 2020 fourth. Something like that, and then throw in a player like a Rasul Douglas or somebody like that. That's what I would try to do. If you can give 3-4 picks like that, that way you still, in this draft, you would still have the first pick you take, which you take CeeDee Lamb, but you would have a second round pick. You still would have 2 fourths and some fifths. Okay, now, in that second round, after I get CeeDee Lamb, you know what I'm doing. You know what I'm doing. It has to be done. You know what has to be done in the second round. I know, no, it ain't linebacker, it ain't defense. I'm double dipping. Double dipping, matrimonial, cool, duty style. You know what I mean? I am double dipping. I'm getting 2 wide receivers. If I get CeeDee Lamb in the first, I'm getting a receiver in the second. I'm going to get one. Who the hell knows? Who? It depends who's there. But a guy like a KJ Hamler would interest me. A speed guy would interest me. If somehow Ayuk fell, which I don't know how he's going to, maybe because of his injury, he fell, I would take somebody like him. Somebody with speed to pair up with a CeeDee Lamb sets your offense, sets it for the next 5 to 8 years. You think about this, right? Let's say it was KJ Hamler. I'm just throwing it out there. So let's say you trade up, you get CeeDee Lamb, then all of a sudden, in the second round, you somehow keep your second round pick. You get KJ Hamler in a second. Now, KJ Hamler can learn for a whole year under Deshaun Jackson. Let him learn under Deshaun. You have CeeDee Lamb. He's starting right away. I'm telling you right now, he's going to beat out Alshon. He's going to beat out everybody. Okay? Now, After this season, you're going to be like, we're $25 million over the cap. Maybe Deshaun has to go. Maybe. And now you have KJ Hamler stepping in. Now you have a running back for the long term, a one receiver, a two receiver. Okay, if you like Greg Ward and he's successful in the slot, you now have your slot receiver long term. You now have your tight end long term with Dallas Goedert. And look, you got everything you need. Okay? And then you just focus on that offensive line. Shout out to my man LT. He always says in the comment section, you gotta keep feeding those lines. You gotta keep building those lines up, and it's all about the offensive defensive line. And he's right. Most of the time, 95% of the time, I agree with him. This historical wide receiver class, you have to take advantage of it. But you go back to fortifying that offensive line in the future, because you got a number one receiver, a number two receiver, a running back, a tight end. You're set. You're set at your weapons. You know what I mean? And I think this could be maybe the biggest draft that the Eagles ever had that they hit on, especially if they get one of the top three wide receivers. All about one of the top three wide receivers to me. And if for some reason you can't get up there and you can't get them, then I think if those three guys are gone, I would trade back. Maybe you go to 26, 27. Maybe Denzel Mims is still there. You could take him. If he's not there, maybe you take Rager. Maybe you take Ayuk. You know what I mean? Or, what I would like to see him do is, like, let's say you get to 21. You could trade back a little bit, get an extra pick, take Denzel Mims. And this is the alternative plan, the alternative to getting a top three. You're at 21. Let's say Jefferson, Mims, all those guys are still there. I trade back. Trade back to like 26, 27, take Mims, get an extra pick in the second round. I would take my second and a fourth, something like that. I would trade back up early second and try to get a guy like Rager or Brandon Ayuk. So now you would have Mims and Ayuk, Mims or Rager in the future. That's how I think the Eagles have to approach it. It has to be one of those two things. The one thing I don't think the Eagles should do or could do is stay pat at 21. And to be honest with you, if you look at the history of Howie Roseman, he doesn't stay pat in the first round. 9 years he's been GM drafting in the first round. The Eagles have traded 6 times. 6 times. So I expect that to happen. I expect to see the Eagles make a move, whether it's up or whether it's down. I'm pretty sure this team is trading one way or the other. Those are my thoughts on this. I'm kind of excited. I'm a little bit like, I'm jacked, man. I'm excited about the possibility of trading up. I love this time of year. I love the rumors. I love the possibilities. So let me know what you think in the comment section. With that, I will have a video out tomorrow. Could be a mock draft too if I can get it finished, hopefully by this weekend. But I'll definitely have a video tomorrow. I want to talk a little bit about the fits for Carson Wentz. What fits Carson Wentz the best in terms of receivers? What does he want at wide receiver? Because I've been asked this question a ton. So with that said, take care. Talk to you later. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And don't be a dingbat.